Hello, today we'll be reading The Holly Joliday by Mcdonald, illustrated by Peter H. Reynolds. Number 1. Frosty the Mailman. He was glued to the Weather Channel. When out on the porch, he heard such a clatter. Thunk, clunk. He sprang from the sofa to see what was the matter. "Mailman," he shouted with glee. "Somebody got a package." "Stink, I hope you didn't write more letters and order more free stuff," Judy called after him. "Mom and Dad will be mad." "Nope," said Stink, opening the door and running down the walk to catch the mail truck before it pulled away. He liked talking to Mr. Harvey, the mailman. Mr. Harvey had a ponytail and a dog named Porkchop. "How's Porkchop?" Stink asked. But when the mailman turned around, it wasn't the mailman at all. He did not have a ponytail, and he did not look like someone who had a dog named Porkchop. I had white fuzzy hair and smiley wrinkles. He had a white bushy beard and hairy eyebrows, and he wore a furry hat with the ear flaps turned up. He did not look like a mailman. "Who are you?" asked Stink. "And where's Mr. Harvey?" "I'm the new guy," he said. The not. So this is the picture, and that's the mailman, and yeah. "New guy," said the not mailman. "Glad to meet you. My name's Frost." "Call me Jack," said Mr. Frost, grinning and winking and raising his bushy white eyebrows. "No way! You mean you're Jack Frost? For real? Like the snowman? Like the guy that paints frosty pictures on leaves and windows?" "That's me," said the mailman. "And guess what when a dog bites me?" Stink asked. "I get frostbite," Jack said, grinning. Stink howled over that one. Jack Frost handed Stink 2 more boxes. "Special delivery today. These didn't fit in your mailbox." "Any of them from the North Pole?" Stink shook the boxes. "One was from the LL Beanery and it smelled like coffee. The other one was heavy as books but sounded like fruitcake. Sick." "Probably just fruitcake," said Stink. "My Grandma Lou sends one every year around the holidays. Our cat Mouse is the only one who eats it. Better luck next time, huh?" Jack said. "Hey, if you're Jack Frost," said Stink, "I was wondering, do you think you could deliver this snow this year? All I want for Christmas is snow." "Snow, huh? Well, you never know. Might be able to arrange it for you this year." "That?" Stink asked. "For real?" Jack Frost laughed and tugged at his white beard, winking and looking up at the sky. "From what I can tell, there's a low-pressure system moving in. Cold front could get here as early as this weekend." "Wow," said Stink. "You can predict the weather too?" "I've been in this line for work for a lot of years. I can feel the weathers in my bones." Jack Frost stuck out his tongue. "Right now, I can almost taste snow in the air. I have a super good sniffer," said Stink. "Maybe I can smell it in the air." He closed his eyes and snuck his nose in the air. Sniff, sniff. He pictured catching snowflakes on his tongue. Sniff, sniff. He pictured a snowball fight. Sniff, sniff. He pictured a great big whopping whiteout. "Yep, I think I smell snow," said Stink. Stink and Jack Frost were quite quiet for a minute. Together they looked up at the gloomy gray sky and sniffed the moist, damp air. "My big sister says it never snows in Virginia," said Stink. "My big sister says there's too much globe warming. My big sister says there's a 1,000,000,000 chance for this snow this year." "Sister sounds pretty smart, huh?" "So," said Stink. "It could happen," said Jack Frost. "One winter, back in 1980, we got 13.5 inches in one day. Broke all the records." "Whoa," said Stink. "See, you just might get your fluffy stuff after all," said Jack Frost. "Think snow. Feel it in your bones." "Thanks," said Stink. "It's lucky I ran into you. You know, to put in my order and everything." "Well, I'm not making any promises," Jack Frost said with a wink. "But I'll sure keep my fingers crossed." "Cool Yule," said Stink. Came back inside singing, "Frosty the mailman was a jolly happy soul." "Wow, you're never gonna believe. Guess who I just met?" "Mr. Harvey the mailman?" said Judy, looking up from her list. "Nope. Who's got a beard that's long and white? Must be Santa. Wrong again, Jack Frost. I just talked to Jack Frost, no lie. Really? Was the Sandman out there, too? How about the Tooth Fairy? Judy laughed herself silly. There's Judy and Stink. So, yeah. Pretty har har. That's his real name, said Stink. Ask him. Our mailman's name is Mr. Harvey, said Judy. Not anymore. There is a new guy out there, Mr. Frost, as in Jack Frost. He knows all about snow and everything. And he says I might get snow for Christmas. Stink, I hate to break it to you, but Jack Frost is invisible. Or as tiny as an elf or something. Or something, said Jack. First of all, said Judy, counting off on her fingers, you can't just see him. Jack Frost sneaks around at night or way early to make frost on windows and maple leaves. That's what I used to think, said Stink. Second, Jack Frost is not a mailman. I mean, what are the chances? Lots of people have more than one job, Stink says. Third, even if he is a mailman, he wouldn't be in Virginia. He would be in Alaska or Minnesota. I know. What are the chances that Mr. Harvey would just disappear and Jack Frost would show up right here on Croker Road of year? But did you ever think maybe that's why he's here? 'Cause it's our turn to have snow? He can smell it coming. His bones told him too. So this Jack Frost character also has talking bones? Yeah, and he said it would be no pressure to bring snow. Or low pressure. I forget. Stink, believe me, it hasn't snowed here for like 1,000,000 years. Not true, said Stink. Jack Frost said that one winter it snowed 13.5 inches here in one day. When was this? Asked Judy. Back in 1980, so 500,000 years? I'm telling you, you're not the weatherman, Stink told Judy. Jack Frost, he's the mailman, Stink. Judy let out a little puff of air. Wait, now you have me believing this. It's the season for believing. LOL. This is Stink right there, so yeah. Come back for part 2 for making a list, checking it twice. Bye.